Hello, everybody. Welcome to Haiku Talk. I'm your host, Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet. And today we're going to be taking a look at a poem from the latest issue of Modern Haiku from poet John Hahn with the first line of Not Alone. And with that, you know what time it is. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a tasty beverage, and let's haiku. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Good to be with you again here at Haiku Talk. We're going to take a look at a poem by John Hahn here with the first line of Not Alone. It's a nice piece and one that deals with the perception or the awareness that we have as haiku poets. As you walk down this path of this form and it becomes more and more a part of your life, you do stop to notice things. Notice more things and be aware of your surroundings in ways that, in some cases, other people just don't quite see or quite get. Haiku gives you permission to stop, take notice, and really be aware of all the world around you and connects you in a way that, I just find very nice and delightful. And this poem is just that kind of poem. It's very nice, very delightful. And it goes like this. Not alone on this autumn trail. Box turtle. Not alone on this autumn trail. Box turtle. Now this poem is exactly what it is. It is about being out in the world, being out on a hike, and being aware of your surroundings, of yourself, and of things around you. And in this case, that is a box turtle. And what's nice about this is that the poem is suggesting that you're not alone, that this box turtle is equal company. It deserves to be on the trail or in this world just as much as you. You're not looking at this box turtle as an inferior kind of creature. It is a creature that is sharing the space with you, and you are sharing the space with it. And that's kind of a haiku mentality that I find really opens up the more and more you get into this literature, the more and more you get into looking for these moments, being aware of yourself and your surroundings, and being, in tune with things that are happening around you. And sometimes a poem like this is just all you need. Let's take a look at how it's working. Now, structurally, it follows the fragment and phrase format, but the fragment comes in line 3, and the phrase is our lines 1 and 2. So that phrase is, not alone on this autumn trail, and the fragment is box turtle. And let's take a look at how it's working line by line. Now, that first line of not alone, kind of, it does inspire intrigue. It doesn't give us an image. It doesn't give us a setting. It doesn't pique any of our normal senses. But it except for the sense that, that thing that raises, the hairs in the back of your neck, like, oh, I'm not alone. Wow, so where am I? And what else is with me? What is occupying this space with me? And because at this point, I don't know if it's going to be scary, if it's going to be peaceful, if it's going to be happy or sad or whatever. I'm intrigued to go to line 2 to find out more. But those 2 words, not alone, does a good job of piquing my interest and wanting to move me forward into the poem. So line 2 gives us more context, and that is on this autumn trail. On this autumn trail. So now we know where we are. We're on a trail. We know what season it is. And suddenly our minds and senses and memories are engaged to pull in some autumn hike that we've been on before, some trail that we walked on before. And we're starting to fill in all of those sensual things. You know, it's autumn, so that here in depending on the part of the world you're in, here, you know, it gets chilly. I'm outdoors. I don't know yet if this is day or night, but I'm outside. I'm seeing the trees change colors. I'm having kind of an enjoyable experience, but yet there's this awareness of not being alone wherever I am. So the implied language here, remember the haiku, 3 S's of haiku language: simple, succinct, and suggestive. So we have simple language here, we have succinct language here, and we have suggestive language here. And the suggestiveness of me feeling the sense that I'm not alone implies that I am out by myself walking on this trail. Otherwise, I wouldn't know that I'm suddenly not alone. I would just be with somebody else, and I would say, we are not alone. But I'm not. I am not alone. And so now that I've got this fragment, or this phrase, that has set a scene for me, that has engaged my senses, that has put me into some place specific, now I want to know, what is sharing this space with me? Do I need to be terrified? Do I need to run? Do I need to stop and take pause? What? I don't know. So you get to line 3 with the fragment of box turtle. Box turtle. And it is a delightful thing that's sharing my space. Such a treat when you're out on a walk and you run into a box turtle. You know, they're not going anywhere fast, you know, and I'm in this moment, I'm not going anywhere fast either. And so we're both occupying this space, meandering on our way. And I'm taking the time to stop out and notice this turtle. That's pretty cool. And I don't know if any of you have had that experience before, where you're out walking around or doing anything and you come across a box turtle. I like to do some biking, and I've been making my way across the Katy Trail here in Missouri, which is a Rails to Trail program where they took an old defunct railroad line and made it into a biking trail. And I'm just doing it in little chunks at a time to kind of take my time on the trail. It's not a matter of getting from beginning to the end as quickly as possible. It's enjoying every little segment that I'm on it. And a couple times I have come across box turtles in the middle of the road. And it's so fun to see them. You know, I have to pay attention, and I'm always looking for anything moving on the trail, anything that catches my eye, because I really want to see as much nature around me as I can. And they're always great. They stop. I stop my bike. I put the kickstand down. I get down close to it, and of course they scrunch up into the shell. But then if you wait long enough and are patient long enough, they will come out and start meandering. And if it's a really high volume day, I might take the time to actually move the turtle to the direction of the road it's trying to go. But in this case, in this poem, in this moment, nobody's in danger. Everyone's just out having a stroll. And me and this box turtle in this moment, I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying it. I hope you did too. And that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, as always. It's good to share this time with you. If you have a moment you'd like to share about running into a box turtle or some other critter that you've encountered on a hike of yours that didn't give you pause, but you just sort of shared the moment with it, please drop it in the comments. It'll be fun to read. And as always, let's get the YouTube jargon out of the way. Do like this episode if you like it. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you've liked and subscribed, think about ringing the bell to get notified when new episodes appear. Until then, thanks everybody. Hike on.